Now, it did take about 20 years to build this place, partly because it was such a big building, and partly because they kept running out of money. It happened back then, too. This was built for the Pennsylvania Assembly. They were the men who ran the colony of Pennsylvania. And this was built as their main government building. Now, when they first put this building together, you may not believe this, but this was the outskirts of town. And there wasn't much around here. Kind of hard to imagine when you're trying to cross the street here, but there's a reason for that. Back then, most of the city had grown up and down along the Delaware River, which is a few blocks back that way. So most of the city ended at 4th Street. It was between 5th and 6th Street here. So you would come up and see the building by itself. Now back then, that would have been a pretty impressive sight because this was one of the biggest buildings in any of the colonies. Now if you had a large public building like that with big rooms, what they used to do is lend the rooms down so other people could hold duties. And that's how we have all the famous events occur. Everything's done in borrowed space, very much like a big community center. Now one of the groups that borrowed that area is pictured in the big painting down here. Now, anybody want to take a guess of what event this is? Don't tell them, I know you read the label. I'll give you a hint for signing something.
Signing the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, you said that so good. Declaration of Independence. Well, I'll tell you what. It is the room where the Declaration of Independence was signed, but this is something that happened 11 years after that. Anybody?
Constitution.
Constitution, yep. Now, when you see paintings of these two events, they're hard to tell apart. Because both events happen in the same room. Even some of the same people, but there is a way you can tell the difference. It all has to do with one person. Know who that is? Yeah, it is George Washington. Now, he's in charge of the Constitutional Convention. That's why he's in the middle there. But if you ever see a painting of him signing the Declaration of Independence, you'll never see George Washington. He wasn't there. He's there in the very beginning of the Second Continental Congress. But one of the first things they did at that meeting is they put George Washington in charge of the Army. So he left to take care of business. Now, in the beginning, as you may know, the Army was not in the best of shape. George Washington had a lot of work to do. So when they get around to signing the Declaration, he's basically to come back to do any part of that event. So you can look all over the Declaration. You will not see his signature, but you will find it on the Constitution. And that's how you can tell those two events apart. Just look for George Washington for his signature. Now, there's a few other people in this painting you might recognize. Let's see, everybody knows Benjamin Franklin. Now, he's the oldest man at this meeting. He was 81 years old. He wasn't feeling too good either. He had kidney stones and he had gout, which meant he had a very hard time walking around. That's why he's sitting down in the painting. Anybody know the man with the quilt feather?
John
Adams. U.S. President.
John Adams?
Not Adams. He's not there. Not Jefferson. Keep going. The only one there. James Madison. See, you're going down all the presidents. James Madison is right. Now, you know how you can always recognize James Madison? He was really short. He was just over 5 feet tall. And you can really tell it in the thing because look who they put him next to. George Washington was over 6 feet tall. And they are standing on the same platform there. Kind of looks like he just stepped down, doesn't it? But they're side by side, so you can really tell the height difference in this painting. Now, this painting itself is not that old. This was only done in 1987 for the bicentennial of the Constitution. Now, the artist who did this came to the building to see what this room looked like. And they also researched all these people from paintings and drawings to see what they looked like. But there was one person they couldn't find any portrait of, no sketch, no drawing, nothing at all. So what do you think they did with him?
Created him.
Yeah, they did, but guess how they did it? Meet Jacob Broom from Delaware. He's the man signing his name. Poor Jacob Broom, that's all we'll ever know about his looks was the back of his head. But at least he is included in the painting. Now, when we go inside of the pencil in just a moment, that's going to be the second room we see today. So take a good look. It still looks like that, you know, minus all the people, of course. But it is almost time for us to go. Before we do, just a few last things. First of all, when we leave the room here, please make sure you take